Hey, I'm Greg, and this is History Hunters. I'm an amateur archaeologist, and every week my cameraman Dan and I go out and search for the past. Coins, fossils, hidden treasure, you name it. It's all history. And the beautiful thing about history is that we never run out of it. So, let the history hunting begin. Come on, Dan. All right, friends, so something really exciting was mailed to us anonymously. Now, by the looks of it, it looks like an old treasure map, maybe. There's a big X on the map. Now, if I had to guess, this map's at least 400 years old. But before we can go off chasing gold, we have to make sure it's the real deal. Now, fortunately for us, we have just the trick. With this special archaeology compound, we can verify if the map is really as old as it looks. This will help us know if it's legit. If this clear liquid turns a bright red, we know it's real. Let's put it to the test. Couple drops. Gotta be very delicate with this stuff. And 3. Now we find out. We're getting some readings, Dan. We have a bright red right here. This map has to be 400 years old. The liquid turned red. Now we just need to narrow down where the treasure is. Let's move. Easy, Dan. All right, so it might not look like it, but this area was once a dense jungle filled with swamps, snakes, and alligators. Now, nearly 500 years ago, Spanish explorer Ponce de Leon discovered this area. And he wasn't looking for treasure, he was bringing treasure. And that's exactly what we're looking for today. Some gold coins that belonged to the Spanish king and queen 500 years ago. Now, by the looks of this area, I think we're getting close. So follow me, Dan. Our trusty map and compass are gonna lead us. Let's go. All right, Dan, look at this. So we just made it all the way up the ridge, followed the map, and I think we're here at the very end. So it's time to put down these maps and start digging. Let's go, Dan. So, as you can see, the soil is nice and moist, like I said, Dan. That tropical climate, perfect for digging, perfect for buried treasure. And it looks like we just hit something hard. Might take another 10, 15 minutes. 20 minutes, maybe. Whoa, Dan, we're hitting something. Oh, Dan, we got something. Oh, Dan, come look. Wow. Got dirt in my mouth, too. It's older than I thought. We gotta be very careful. Take a look at that, Dan. These are the coins that belong to the King and Queen of Spain. Wow, probably 500 years old. Look at that. We gotta get this back to base camp. Follow me, Dan. Get the shovels and the map. All right, guys, so Dan and I are fresh off the dig site, and look at that. We found some good stuff. Now, these coins are very, very old, and there's a lot of research to do. Look at that, pure Spanish gold, just like I suspected. We're gonna have to really dive into some of those coins later. Now, as much as I wanna spend these coins myself, they belong in a museum. Now, whatever their monetary value is, their historical value is even greater. Now, the arrival of the Spanish explorers here in America was the beginning of big changes in the world. But those changes are nothing compared to Jesus' arrival in Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. When Jesus came, he didn't send anyone ahead of him like the King of Spain to announce his arrival and show how important he was. Instead, he rode into town on a donkey, a humble little animal. He didn't come with an army of soldiers, and he didn't bring any gold coins with him either. But the people welcome him like a king, because that's exactly who he is. He's the greatest king who's ever lived. Now, with Easter just a week away, we should celebrate Jesus with the same enthusiasm. We don't have to wave palm fronds like they did in Jerusalem, but think about ways that you celebrate anything else. Now, when we do well on a test, you can't wait to tell your parents. If your favorite team scores the winning goal, you cheer and yell, right? Now, we can show our excitement and joy for Jesus when we sing songs about him in worship, or by spending time talking with him, or even telling people about how great he is and the awesome things that he's done for us. I mean, that's why Easter is Easter. It's all because of Jesus. It doesn't matter how we celebrate Easter, so long as we make sure Jesus is at the front and center. I can't wait to celebrate with you guys next week, and I'll see you then. Dan, come on. Easter's next week. We got hunting to do. Get the coins.